Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Hanamatsuri service. Today, we are experimenting a few new things. The speaker is at distance, but we have physical service in this Hondo. And if this works well, we might be able to have guest speakers from all over the world. And I really appreciate the technologies which made this service possible. But anyway, if you hear the word joke, what do you imagine? Do you have your favorite jokes? You know, I like rakugo. That is a Japanese funny storytelling. You know, one day I shared the rakugo titled Jugem. This is the name of a boy. And, you know, Jugem is actually the shortened name. The actual name is ジュゲムジュゲム五行のすり切れカイジェリ水魚の水魚松雲来松風来松クーネルところに住むところやぶら工事のブラ工事パイポパイポパイポの修林岩のグーリンダイのポンポコピーのポンポコナーの長久名の長介 So, you know, I was watching a Japanese TV program the other day and one of the comedians said he used this name as a timer. You know, he say this name exactly in 10 seconds. So when he is stretching or something and he does not have any timer or clock around, he just say, ジュゲムジュゲム五行のすり切れカイジェリ水魚の水魚松雲来松風来松クーネルところに住むところやぶら工事のブラ工事パイポパイポパイポの修林岩のグーリンダイポンポコピーのポンポコナーの長久名の長介 right? So, you know, what was interesting that he actually said it 3 times. And it was exactly 30 seconds. But, you know, according to the English dictionary, joke means a thing that someone says to cause amusement or laughter, especially a story with a funny punchline. And I am sure that many people like jokes, but if someone makes fun of your appearance and say, don't be mad, I was just joking. What do you feel about it? Then, where is the line between bullying and joke? It might have been fun to hear that kind of so-called jokes in the past, but society is moving forward. You know, we can try to make people laugh without making fun of someone's appearances. So I just hope that the children who is going to be the leader of the society in the future learn the importance of respecting each other and create jokes which does not hurt someone's feelings, but it is really fun to hear. You know, if you are interested in Buddhist jokes, Reverend Dr. Ken Tanaka is specialist of Buddhist jokes. So you can look up his Buddhist jokes online. Anyway, I would like to conclude Dharma school talk with Gassho and Nembutsu. So please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. And now I would like to share verses from Shoshin written by our founder, Shinran Shonin. So please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. 如来世に皇出したもゆえは、ただ皆の本願会を説かんとなりと。Shakyamuni Tathagata appeared in this world solely to teach the ocean-like primal vow of Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Good morning again, everyone, and welcome to today's Hanamatsuri service. I am sorry that I am away for this special occasion. You know, I thought the service will continue to be online when I accepted the guest speaking invitation from Arizona Buddhist Temple. But things are changing rapidly and we resumed in-person service last week. And I believe this is the first in-person service for Arizona Buddhist Temple since pandemic. You know, it was so nice to meet many people again last Sunday. And I am looking forward to meet more people in coming weeks. And I hope the virtual Sangha continues to grow too. Once we have like 5 or 10 people from the same area who's attending the virtual services, maybe we can begin the satellite Sangha, and I can visit you from for the in-person service in the future. So I'm really looking forward to the growth of the Sangha too. But anyway, I'm recording this message on Friday, April 1st. But by the time you are watching this video in Hondo, I am in Phoenix, Arizona for Arizona Buddhist Temple's Hanamatsuri service. And did you know that we have temple in Phoenix, Arizona? And those who doesn't know or who's not familiar about Buddhist churches of America, we are part of Jodo Shinshu Hongwanji-ha, whose head temple is in Kyoto, Japan. And we have North America headquarters in San Francisco, California. And we have about 60 temples across the mainland United States, and about 30 temples in Hawaii, and 12 temples in Canada. And we also have temples in South America and a few sanghas across the countries. So Arizona Buddhist Temple is one of the sister temple, and this is actually my first time to visit there. I am sure I am enjoying the weather there right now. It's supposed to be like 80 something. But anyway, today is Hanamatsuri. Hanamatsuri literally means flower festival. And you see beautiful altar decorated with flowers. And this is called Hanamido. It can be translated as the hall of the flower. Do you know what this Hanamido represents? Do you know where Shakyamuni Buddha was born? In Lumbini's garden, right? So Lumbini's garden is located in Nepal, and I believe there were beautiful flowers blooming when Shakyamuni Buddha was born in spring. So Hanamatsuri is the celebration of the birth of Shakyamuni Buddha, and we believe it was April 8th. Then some people who have experience of attending or studying Theravada tradition might think that, wait, Shakyamuni's birthday is Vesak, isn't it? And you know, Theravada tradition believes that the birth, attainment of the enlightenment, and attainment of perfect nirvana happened on the day, February 15th. So they celebrate it as Vesak. But most of the Japanese temples who belongs to Mahayana tradition celebrate Shakyamuni's birthday on April 8th, attainment of the enlightenment on December 8th, and attainment of the perfect nirvana on February 15th. And April is also an important month for our school, Jodo Shinshu. You know why? Because it is said that our founder, Shinran Shonin, completed the first draft of his masterwork, Kyogyo Shinsho, on April 15th, 1224. So April is the month of the establishment of Jodo Shinshu. But anyway, it is said that Shakyamuni Buddha was named as Gautama Siddhartha, and he was born from the right armpit of his mother, Queen Maya. And some people say that this means it was cesarean section. That might be true. But the right side and arm has more important meanings. In Rig Veda, which is one of the sacred texts of the Vedic religion, there is a story of Purusha. Purusha is considered the original man, and every caste or Varna was born from the part of Purusha. For instance, the mouth of the Purusha became Brahmana, that is, priest. Arms became Kshatriya, warriors and loyalties. And thighs became Vaishya, merchants. And the hood became Shudra, slavery caste. And also Indian idea is that right side is pure and left side is impure. So the episode of Shakyamuni Buddha born from right armpit might be expressing that Shakyamuni was born as pure Kshatriya. Anyway, it is said that Shakyamuni Buddha walked 7 steps right after the birth, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7 steps. And he said, above and below heaven, I alone am solely noble. And now one of the comics in Japan titled Tokyo Revengers are popular in Japan. And this is about a man time leap to his past and changes the future by getting involved with the teenage gangs. You know, from the 70s and 80s, I believe there was a culture of motorcycle gangs we call as Bosozoku in Japan. They wear uniforms and have own embroidery. And, you know, famous one is like these words of Shakyamuni Buddha, Tenjo, Tenge, Yuiga, Dokson, above and below heaven, I alone am solely noble. And they are misunderstanding the meaning of the words and thinking that they are the best or the strongest and people should respect them. But original meaning of the words does not mean that Shakyamuni Buddha asking everyone to respect him because he is noble one. Actually, this verse has continued verse. Every beings are suffering in the 3 realms, but I will give them peace. The 3 realms are the realms of desire, materials, and non-material, which we hear sometimes in the sutras and commentaries of Buddhism. But this time, the 3 realms are indicating the whole world or entire world. And Shakyamuni Buddha is saying that I am the only one who is able to give peace to beings of entire world. That is why I alone am the noble one, above and below heaven. But I might have talked about this in the past, but I was talking about these verses with ex-bishop Reverend Kodo Umezu. In the Chinese translation of these verses, it uses 2 different characters to express I. So I looked into the Chinese characters dictionary and it said ga, the first one, is expressing the shape of jagged soul. And go or ga has the meaning, communicate with words. So I thought I may be able to read the Chinese verses in my own way. And you know, there is no concrete way of Chinese should be read. Well, of course, you know, there are rules and traditional way of reading it, but changing the order of reading the characters changes the meanings. So this is my way of reading. All beings in the 3 realms, above and below heaven, are in suffering, relying on the self who is like a jagged soul and thinking that they are the noble ones. So I will lead them to peace through communicating with words. So, you know, it is not Shakyamuni Buddha who is thinking the self as the noble one, but it is the beings of the 3 realms, all beings in the 3 realms, with the self-centered mind, just like a jagged soul. Beings in this world are thinking that I am the noble one. People should respect me. To correct this self-centered understanding, Shakyamuni Buddha communicates with us with the words. And that is the words of the sutras. Shakyamuni Buddha hesitated to share the teachings with people after the attainment of enlightenment because he thought the contents of the enlightenment cannot be described by the words. But after the 49 days of hesitation, he finally decided to share the teachings. And what teaching Shakyamuni Buddha taught us through his words? That is the teaching of the three Pure Land Sutras. That is a teaching of the primal vow of Amida Buddha. And we often rely on the self-centered mind, which is just like a jagged saw. We sometimes think that we should be respected over someone else. But Shakyamuni Buddha teaches about the teaching of Amida Buddha, who became the word, who became the name, Namo Amida Butsu. And Shakyamuni Buddha is recommending us to take refuge in the working of Amida Buddha, the working of the name, and entrust ourselves to the working of the name, Namo Amida Butsu. And because Shakyamuni Buddha knows that through entrusting oneself to the working of the name Namo Amida Butsu, the one will unfailingly reach the peace or nirvana, Shakyamuni Buddha is recommending the teaching. So this is probably the Jodo Shinshu way of reading or understanding the verses. But when I think about all the episodes of Shakyamuni Buddha's life, I believe my way of reading these verses cannot be completely false. Through relying on the self, which is like a jagged saw, we often hurt people. So I really appreciate this opportunity in my life that I was able to encounter the teaching of Amida Buddha, which was recommended by Shakyamuni Buddha. And at the same time, I feel the riskiness of relying on the self-centered mind and importance of self-reflection guided by the wisdom of Buddha. So thank you everyone for attending today's service in person and online. And I am looking forward to seeing all of you next week. And in closing, please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. 如来世に皇出したもうゆえは、ただ阿弥陀の本願会を説かんとなりと。Shakyamuni Tathagata appeared in this world solely to teach the ocean-like primal vow of Amida. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu.